So I do recommend or advise you to avoid those when you're buying a house. It sounds good, you know, you think, oh, your salary is going to be going up, you can afford to pay more later on. Not necessarily true. I've gone 4 years now without a raise, so you can't count on your salaries going up. This is the second time since I've been with the VCCS that salaries have been frozen for 4 or 5 years. And it may actually be longer than that this time. So you don't want to count on having more money available in the future. Not likely to happen, and particularly in an economy like we're experiencing right now. Now, another thing you may not be aware of unless you purchased a home is that when you go in to sign the documents related to the mortgage, there are closing costs, which are fees that are charged by, in some cases, the bank, and these are called closing costs or settlement charges, and they're one-time fees where they have to do things like a title search. There's all kinds of things, and actually I have indicated a page you may want to look at. There's a loan origination fee, there's title insurance, there's all kinds of fees that they add in there. And I won't pretend to know what all of them are, but believe me, it adds up to a fair amount of money. Now, the lender is required by law to give the buyer a good faith estimate of these costs. And I would recommend that you take a look at example 6 on page 719 just to see what some of those fees are. Now, in number 42 on page 724, what they're doing is they're showing how to calculate what is called the loan origination fee. And typically that is stated as points. And what a point is equal to 1% of the mortgage amount. So if you're purchasing a house for $175,000 and the down payment is 20%, I went ahead and calculated that. That means we're putting $35,000 down. The amount we're going to borrow, the amount of the mortgage, is the purchase price minus the down payment, or $140,000. The points are based on the $140,000. Okay, so the loan origination fee with 2 points is 0.02 times the $140,000, or $2,800. So if it was 3 points, it would be 0.03, be 3%, 2.5 points, 0.025, 1.5 points, 0.015. So those are things, and you can see it's you know, a fair amount, $2,800 for that. So you do want to be careful as you're planning your purchase. You need to also plan for closing costs. Now, many times people will build in, if you've watched HGTV, very often when they're buying, they will make an offer on a price and ask the seller to pay the closing costs. So you can do that. Sometimes the seller will accept that, and other times they won't. So that's something, though, you need to look out for. So like I said, I have left out some of this. I decided not to do the ARM purchases because they are a little bit more complicated, and also I felt like in this economy you want to look for a fixed rate mortgage. If you're purchasing a home, you're less likely to get in trouble with that. So we'll concentrate on these, and I did change the homework slightly. I realized I have one arm problem on there. I took that off. There are no arm problems on the quiz, so I think you should be okay now to go ahead and work on this section. And since I worked so many examples in the lecture, I'm not doing a separate problem, example problem or sample problem recording. So I think you should be ready to work on 13.4.